Happy Friday and happy Halloween to all you guys and ghouls out there. So the weather's getting colder. It's going to be a pretty chilly Halloween in my neck of the woods. We're going to take our little girl out trick-or-treating later. I hope whatever you're doing, you do it safely and you have a lot of fun. These holidays are all about fun and spending time with those that you love. So we're going to do something interesting today. If you guys are just starting out, or maybe you don't like the current method you are using to price your installation projects, I'm going to show you guys how I do that. It's not very complicated and it goes pretty quick. I don't do this with every project. If I have a similar project, I pretty much already know the price in my head. But you know, it's been slow, so I want to make sure that I'm getting these projects and I'm not leaving any money on the table. So you know, I kind of went back to my roots, and I'm going to price this thing from the ground up and show you guys how I do it. So without further ado, let's do it. Alright, so I got my pad here, got my pen. Let me show you how we do this. So first off, we're going to start with the heat pump. So let's click price there. So we're going to write that down. That's $2,473. And then we need to get the air handler. Bosch 15. Let's scroll down here. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? That'd be the 454B. And that one would be 1,094. 94 bucks for a 2-ton 15 SEER 2 air handler for the Bosch. Then we need to get our heat strips. So this is a very small place. We're just going to put 5 kW kilowatts. I know guys hate it when I say kW. We're going to put 5 kilowatt heat strips in here. So let's go Bosch 5 kW. And let's see if it pops up here. Here we go. That's not the right one. Hold on a second. They changed the model numbers. Hold on, I'll be right back. I want to show you guys all this garbage. All right, so let's see here. So I did the Motel 6 job I did. We did the same heat strips. And those are the 5 kW for the Bosch, 128 bucks. So write that in there. And then we need our line set. Let's change the page because I don't want that information on there. So let's go. We're going to do the Easy Pull white line sets, and it's a very short run. So let's see, it's going to be a 3/4, and we're going to do a 35 footer. So that would be 210.72. And we're going to do our thermostat, and I do the Focus Pro 3 heat 2 cool standard. So let's go there. Actually, that's non-programmable one. We don't want that one. There we go. So that would cost $60.33. Then we got our Easy Trap. I do an Easy Trap on every job. And it's right there, Easy Trap Condensate, Easy Trap Condensate Trap 3/4 inch with brush, $22.31. And then I always do a secondary, so we'll do the SS2. and that would be $28.88 for the Diversitech safety switch, the SS2. And then we need to do our pads. So I use those star pads, those diamond heat pump pads. So we're going to do searching heat pump pad. And I do 32 by 32 by 8 because the Bosch are, they're only like 29 by 29 footprint. 6778. Then we need to do our F100, our Honeywell filter. So I just type in F100, and it's going to be a 20 by 20. And the cost on it is $100.07. So that pretty much is it for parts on this. And then what I do is I just put $500 in for miscellaneous. So I'll write that down here. So $500 for it. And then my electrician, I already talked to him what he thinks this job will cost for the electrical portion. It's going to be $800. I put that in there. And then I put in my permit cost of 150 bucks. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add all these up. So let's go to my calculator here. Move it to the center so it's easier to see. And we're going to just add all these up. So we got, let's see, let's start with our heat pump. So that was 2,473. Then we have our air handler, which was 1,094. Then we have our heat strips were 128. Then we have our line set. That was $210.72. And then we have our thermostat, which was $60.33. We have our easy trap, which was $22.31. Our SS2, that was $28.88. We have our heat pump pad, $67.78. And then we have our F100, our Honeywell air filter. That is $100.07. And then we have the electrical cost for my electrician, $800. Permit cost. And we have our miscellaneous cost of 500 bucks. And when I do miscellaneous, so that's going to be, you know, thermostat wire that I need, tape, caulking that I use, any wire ties that I use, any PVC pipe that I need for the drain. That also, I also have my gas built into that. This job's right down the street, so I'm not really worried about gas. Just a little extra cushion there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this total here, this 513509, and give it a divisor. So when I'm slow, I do a 0.6 divisor. So I divide this number by 0.6. When I'm busy, I divide it by 0.5. It makes the price higher. So what I'm going to do is divide this by 0.6. So we divide by 0.6. Is that the right? That wasn't right. Because it was different last time. Hold on a second, guys. I think I missed something here. I'll be right back. I think I missed something. That's the wrong price. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So what I forgot to do was I forgot to put my electrical in there, I believe. So there's our final price. $9,391 and rounded up to 82 cents. So that's my final price. And that's what I will sell this project for. And shoot, I might as well show you how I put these proposals together. So let's go over that. And obviously, I'll block out the any pertinent customer information. So let's get on with that part. All right, guys. So what we got here, I went ahead and removed all my pertinent information. I don't care if you know my town I live in, but I removed my address off of here. And then I'm not going to put the customer's info, which I usually put right here below customer. So this is a template. This is a different proposal I put together. This actually was the Motel 6 one, which was the last heat pump that I did. So, how do we do this? So, first thing we want to do, I want to go in here and change the date to today. And then we're going to go over here, and we got to change all this information because none of this is valid. So what we want to do is we want to put, so we remove and dispose of the existing electric furnace, which is correct. What we're going to do is supply and install a Bosch 15 SEER 2-ton heat pump with 5 kW electric furnace. And the reason why I can make these heat strips so small, so you figure, 1 kilowatt is like, I think it's like 3,200 BTUs a piece. So that's it's going to be like 16,000 BTUs. That would probably do this place. The only reason I'm doing this 2-ton heat pump, it's variable capacity, and I can't get it any smaller in the Bosch, and that's what I want to install in this house. And then we're going to do, so we're going to go here, and we're going to do heat pump model number, and I got to pull that back up, so give me a second here. Bosch 15 SEER, and that's going to be the 2-ton 454B. Come on, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Of course, it's going to be on the next page. Why did that not pop up? Let's just do Bosch 15. Let's see if that happens there. There it is, right on top. So that's going to be the BOVA. So what I'll do is I'll just copy and paste this. Go back over to that. And then we'll have to change the font, obviously. So we'll just scroll over. Scroll over. Don't worry, guys. I won't bore you too much. I just want to show you how I do these. I would find it interesting if I didn't know how to do these. So then calibrate, and then we want to take it off bold, and there we have that. And then we're going to do air handler model number, and then we got to go find that model number. Normally I know these off the top of my head, but since I changed the 454B, I don't have these ones all memorized. So there's your 2-ton, so that would be the BIVA 24. Control copy, and we're going to go over here to paste. Then we want to change to the font that everything else uses. Take it off that, and then let's see. Oh, and then I want to add that it's with, but well, I don't need to put that because I have it up there. So I have it right there. So let's do that. Honeywell Focus Pro thermostat. I usually don't put the model number for that. It's not a big deal. And then Honeywell F100 F100 20 by 20 media cabinet. Okay, and then includes all necessary refrigerant, necessary duct modifications if needed, refrigerant lines, condensate lines, low voltage and elect. That should cover it. That should cover it there. Oh, I also want to do heat pump pad, surge protection, low voltage and electrical work. That covers it. And then I always put systems going to be commissioned using the manufacturer's guidelines and proper industry standards. 10-year parts warranty, 2-year labor warranty noted below. And then my price that I had was $93, $92, and 82 cents. So let's go to here, let's scroll that. So I always like to make it so they fit on the pages good. So we can move that over. So that's good there. We could probably come back up one more so it looks so bad. And then we can bump him down to the next page. So here's our final page here. Warranty. I provided 2-year labor warranty on all equipment purchased for a company. A bunch of terms and condition stuff. I'm only keeping my proposals valid for 21 days at the moment because of the price fluctuations on everything, blah, blah, blah. We appreciate your business. Thank you for the opportunity to serve your home comfort needs. Respectfully submitted by myself. I'll sign that portion. Customer will sign and date that portion. But yeah, that's how I put that together, how I price everything. And hopefully that makes sense, guys. So add up all your overhead costs, all your anything that's going to cost you a dime when putting a job together, even your administrative stuff like this, that's kind of built into my miscellaneous. I mean, it's all told, it's going to take me under an hour, so it's not a big deal. But take everything, it's going to, all your costs, your permits, if you have any subcontractors, everything down to the screw if you can, and then use that divisor. Like I said, I use a 0.6 divisor when I'm, my computer's being screwy. I use a 0.6 divisor when I'm not very busy, which I'm not right now. And then when I get busy, I use a 0.5 divisor with a little more higher of a profit margin. And if they say yes, then I'm making money and overexerting myself. So hopefully that all makes sense, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. I hope somebody learned something here.